All right, so I watched like over a dozen videos about this situation. Everybody making their points. Everybody have a good point. Um, let's see. So King Vaughn, he's from Old Block in Chicago. Um, did jail time. I guess he's a felon, a killer. Quando Rondo grew up in the juvenile system, and I think he did like a jail bid or something like that. Both of them are good artists. Um, Quando King Vaughn, I listened to a few of his songs, and he's very lyrical. Um, Quando Rondo, um, like he be singing, he's like a harmonizer. I like his style. So I knew about King Vaughn, but I wasn't too aware about Quando Rondo. And then I went back and I looked at, if you haven't, look at his Vlad interview. He's from Savannah, Georgia. I'm familiar with Savannah. I spent like 2 years of my youth in Savannah. But what y'all have to understand, at the same time as you a gangster, the next person came up rough too. You know what I'm saying? You're not the only one that came up, through the jails, or you're not the only one that would go all out, you know what I'm saying, or would shoot a gun. You understand what I'm saying? So when it's out there that you're a known shooter or killer, people gonna approach you that way. So you always, gotta be on guard for that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think in this situation, Quando Rondo was prepared. His guys was prepared to protect him, and not that Barnes wasn't. It's just that they got surprised. You know, they got a split second surprise. That even though that they was in a bigger crew, um, they outnumbered Quando Rondo. They thought they was just gonna put an ass whooping on him, and the fact that they were friends prior is probably why I would say King Vaughn approached him in a fighting manner. You know what I'm saying? Because he's familiar with the guy. You know what I'm saying? They have some issues, but probably like you have a beef with somebody that you probably approach them about an issue and you're ready to throw your hands. You know what I'm saying? But with this situation, Quando Rondo is also an artist, and he also have guys that's sitting there watching protecting him. And if anything is out of his control, gets out of control, then they was prepared to kill. To use force. You know what I'm saying? And they needed it in this situation. The gun brought an equalizer to the entourage or the gang, that the mob that was behind Vaughn. Once that gun went off, everybody dispersed. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody knew what happened, what went on. If Vaughn was shot or if the manager was shot, like the manager said, he shot Vaughn, and then the guy shot him in the leg. So, and then somehow the officer was on scene and shot the shooter. So I made a little notes like I usually do because I wanted to hit on some points if I didn't already. But one thing I want to say is don't underestimate. You know how they're saying, don't underestimate the other guy's greed. You know how they said in Scarface, don't underestimate the other guy's greed. But in this case, it's just don't underestimate, other people, period. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's greed or whether it's on some grimy shit or whatever the situation is, don't underestimate how a situation could go down. So, like I said, I watched over a dozen videos and everybody making good points. I think the person that I feel that I watch him all the time, Hassan Campbell, shout outs to you. You always break things down, precisely and good. And, um, you don't pull no punches. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, like, speak hard about the situation because I don't really want to like hurt nobody. Feeling I know people lost family members or they homeboys or whatever the situation is, and right now they hurting and they probably ready to attack whoever. So I don't want to be that person, but I did want to speak on it just in case any of my people that watch me want to know my view about the situation. So on the first angle, it made it look like they was the brawl was coming out of a club or something like that because you seen a ramp or something like that. So it looked like they rushed out of the club. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like they was rushing out of the club. But on the second angle, I had watched DJ Academic's interview with the manager, and what he said was that Vaughn had, he was out of control. He had rushed to the situation. He rushed to Quando Rondo to fight him. It wasn't like nobody could stop him. So in the second video, it actually showed what the manager said happened did happen. That his boys wasn't just running from beef. It was that the gunshot went off, and anybody, I myself, would run. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody hear that gunshot will duck for cover. Even if you have a pistol on you, you gotta duck and see what's going on and get in position. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to demonstrate how to be in the streets or anything like that, because I really feel like y'all should chill with that. Well, with that killer thing, and I mean, even if you would kill, why would you put it out there for everybody to come at you um, with lethal weapon? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all keep putting it out there like y'all killers and singing in the song about all the stuff y'all did and everything like that, and that just only makes people come at you. That same energy come back at you. So the video showed that King Vaughn ran headfirst ahead of his whole crew. Um, and Quando, even though they said, he was putting the beats on Quando didn't appear to be coming at him in a fighting matter with his fist up. He wasn't in a fighting position. He was just coming straight up. So I think Vaughn could have greeted him. However, you understand what I'm saying? If he wanted to greet him with, fighting with that kind of energy, or he could have greeted him with, like, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on between us? You know what I'm saying? That was a moment, a decision moment, you know what I'm saying, where he could have put his hands out to shake his hand and talk to him and straighten out their situation. Which some people are saying is over the girls or whatever the situation is. But y'all don't even show the girls that much love as much as y'all be in the street killing over the girls. You know, when y'all with the girls, y'all be acting like y'all, stuck up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Quando didn't appear to, be approaching in a fighting position. He just was walking towards him. But I don't know if Quando, because there's no audio to the video, if Quando said something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he said something to Vaughn to make Vaughn want to, just dash at him, or, everybody know that kind of energy you be on some nights where, when you're young, you be wilding out. Or if you feeling bossy out there, and, you know, like I think the whole party was like Vaughn's. I think it was an album release party, or it was his thing going on. So he had the majority of the people. So I guess he felt more. He had the the bigger mob behind him, and I guess they said that he had put out his location where he was at if anybody wanted to roll up, and I guess Quando took him on his offer and rolled up and came out to the club or whatever the situation is. Now, some people are saying that they shot Vaughn because Quando was losing a fight, and he couldn't handle Vaughn. But I also watched a video of Vaughn saying that the only guy that ever kicked his ass or beat him in a fight, um, he killed him. So you see how the energy of the universe is real. It's really real. What you put out there comes back to you, and being that you know that God has allowed you to get away with a lot of stuff, and like Vaughn beat cases and stuff like that. So, um, with that, now you should proceed with caution. That's how I do. Now that I'm older, you know, I hung out in the street plenty of years from my teens. I used to be out there all night in the craziest neighborhoods, projects, all in the South Bronx and all in the wee hours. And now that I'm older and what I've gotten away with, you know what I'm saying, I proceed with caution. You understand what I'm saying? I live a fully legal life, and I don't, um, you know, I'm barely out at night. I don't hit the streets at night. Cause right now I proceed with caution, and I thank God for you know sparing my life in certain situations where I could have got killed, or I could have killed somebody and ended up in jail for the rest of my life. So I would never put that. Um, I would I wouldn't want that reputation to be out on me like I'm a killer, because everybody would approach me in that way. You understand what I'm saying? They won't, be coming at me level headed. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I already kill people, you know what I'm saying, you know, you know, what makes what makes it that I won't kill you? You understand what I'm saying? So everybody that so I say that to say that Quando was prepared. Quando pulled up to the location where Vaughn was at, and even though he walked up and was approaching, he had his guys in the car with the gun, and that's what Vaughn didn't know, and that his guy would come out and bust shots. You know what I'm saying? And aim directly. You know what I'm saying? And he aimed directly. He didn't shoot wildly up in the air, or nothing like that to disperse the crowd or nothing like that. He shot almost like an officer. You know how the officers shoot, to kill, shoot, to put you down? That's how he shot. The only thing that I didn't write down in my notes that I want to say before I end this video, the only thing I didn't understand was when Vaughn was down on the ground and Rondo was on top of him. It was like either Vaughn was holding him, and I think the manager said he was holding him to shield him. Vaughn was holding on to him, or Quando was doing something. So I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that is still puzzling to me. That they had to punch Quando off of Vaughn's body to get him into the car and take him to the hospital. And then after that, Vaughn had his own man to take to the hospital too, which there's a video about that too. So Vaughn just started punching. He had about 20 to 25 people behind him. They all looked like they was ready to jump Quando. While Quando guys was they in the car watching. And then one guy jumps out and, quick he came around the back of the truck. Everybody see this. It was in the video. And he shot Vaughn. And the manager said he shot him too in the leg. So the manager's injured. Then everybody ran in different directions. And then the shooter got shot. It's supposed to be by the officer. So I say, like, in the video, it shows in a matter of seconds, in 15 seconds of that second video, in a matter of seconds of Vaughn running up to fight, he was fatally wounded. So that one person that was in the truck, that was Quando's right-hand man, came out with the equalizer to the whole big mob that Vaughn had behind him. So even though Quando didn't have all of those many guys probably to fight, most of that crowd was probably Vaughn's. He pulled out the gun and they had the gun, and that was the equalizer to their big mob, to Vaughn's big mob. So the energy that Vaughn put out, it quickly came right back to him. Like he came full force, ready to fight, ready to tear shit up. And then that same energy came back. The guy came out the car and was like, yeah, you hyped up like that. You ready to kill my man with your mob and stuff like that. I gotta do something quick. And he shot, you know what I'm saying? It probably wouldn't have had to come to all that if he would have came up talking and arguing, or maybe came up and shook his hand and said, let me pull you to the side, and, was backing off his guys and saying, wait, let me talk to him. I know him personally. This is somebody I know personally. So what we see here with the energy is the laws of the universe. If you don't study that or watch a video on that, you need to, because I can't explain it how they do, but it's kind of like what you put out is what you get back. You understand what I'm saying? So if you a killer killing people and stuff like that, just look forward to getting killed. You understand what I'm saying? So that's for like all the gangbangers, that people that want to join gangs. When you join in gangs, you're doing dirt. And all the killers that, they're killing people. They want to be known for that, and they want niggas to know that and stuff like that. But just know um, think twice about what you're doing to others, because what you do is what comes back to you. And also, I want to say, joining the gang, it doesn't protect you all the time. Just because, oh, I'm a bloody blood sister, or I'm a crip, and all of that stuff like that. That's not going to protect you all the time. You understand what I'm saying? It might protect you on your block or something like that, but, you know, when weapons is involved, that's people going to disperse. Now, if it's just a fist fight and punching and kicking and stuff like that, then yeah, you with your gang. If you outnumber one person or three people, I don't know how many people was in the car. It looked like maybe two or three people was in the car that Quando had in the car. So that's why I personally, if you watched me before, any videos that I've done before, I explain, I don't join gangs. I explained that, in other videos. First of all, if I have to do dirt, um, I would want to do it by myself. I don't want to, you know, a gang there to see. I don't want co-defendants. First of all, I always say that, you know what I'm saying? I've been a victim because I didn't join none of that Bloods gang and Crips gang. When they came here, I was out of the streets already. I already, had a baby. I already had my daughter. My daughter was born in 1990. So the Bloods came around after that, a little after that, a few years after that, in my neighborhood. So I was like, nah, they too loud. They got loud colors, and the police could see them. I'm a low key kind of person, so, and I was too old for all of that and stuff like that. And then they was out there killing each other like crazy and stuff like that. So I was like, nah, I gotta live for my child. You know what I'm saying? I have a daughter to live for, so that's not for me. So what happened behind that was I became the victim because I wasn't one of theirs. So it's kind of like, oh, she acting like she stuck up, but no, I wasn't acting like I was stuck up. I was just like raising my child. You know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of like they was putting pressure on me, and the only way I could, win with all the harassment, the mean mugging, ain't nobody put their hands on me or nothing like that. But it's like um, the little shit that they do, harass every time you walk by, roll eyes, make mugs, you know what I'm saying? Do different things to scare you, like they could have killed you, like jumping out from behind walls and doing different things. You know, I have a phobia for dogs. Some of the people that have dogs, they, come around me too close where I be like, back off with your dogs and stuff. I be going through shit like I'm a child, and I'm a grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they victimize their own community, their mothers, grandmothers, and the kids in their own community. So I really wasn't with all of that joining the gang. They needed to have a positive pocket for me to sit in, where, okay, we get jobs, or we helping out the community in this way or that way or the other way. I could be a part of that segment of it, but not the rest of the segment. And definitely not the jumping people, outnumbering people and jumping people, which it looks like Quando was about to be a victim of. Um, a call was coming in. So it looked like Quando was about to be a victim of like a full gang jumping him. So that was a very good example of kind of like, what I've been saying. You know, so the only way a person could win against your gang is if they come out shooting. You know what I'm saying? They know that's the only thing. That's the only way. You give people no option when you put their back up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Give people a way out. You know what I'm saying? Don't make their only option like, oh, you can't do nothing. We got you cornered and stuff like that. You can't do that to people. Because one day you're going to run into the wrong person that's going to be strapped. And you might not be prepared, or you might not think that they're prepared, and they pull out on you and back out on you. So, my thing was, I got a daughter. Now, my daughter's grown. I have a granddaughter. And I definitely don't want to live in jail. So, like if I go outside and show these niggas that, yeah, I got the heart to shoot a gun and kill your motherfuckers, and then I go to jail, who's gonna take care of my girls? You know what I'm saying? My girls is gonna be out here by themselves. And also, I wanted to say to the music industry, y'all need to stop this. Y'all need to stop glorifying this. Y'all need to put like a clause in the contract that it would be like null and void if the artists have criminal activity. So I don't know if you want to say, well, if they had past criminal activity or a criminal record before the contract, but from the date of the contract, that from here going forward, you operate business like and not street like. You have to force the artist to be professional and operate professional wherever, everywhere that they go. And if they engage into criminal activity, that they will, their contracts will be null and void. So I think that the industry, them record companies that sign those contracts, and they be out there buying jewelry and going to the jewelry store and buying the chains and buying cars and all this clothes and all of that stuff like that, with the money that the record labels, give them and stuff like that. I think they should put a clause in the contract to slow that stuff down. But we all know that after a rapper, dies, his everybody's like checking out his music. Oh, what was his music? Oh, I remember that song. They want to hear his music again, or something like that. So his sales go up and the record company get more money, and then so they just sit back and watch, niggas killing each other, and then they just send condolence out to the families. And the thing is that it seems like the people that's getting signed are all gangbangers. They all belong to a gang, or they killers, or they've been to jail or something like that. It seems like somebody who has like a clean background wouldn't qualify for a music contract. You know, a rap contract. Like they rapping or they into hip hop and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like they would qualify. So basically, that's it. Don't underestimate the other guy. What the other guy would do. So yeah, I would want to be protected like Quando Rondo was protected. His guys, I would say, did the right thing, as far as protecting him, because he was about to be like jumped and stampede. It looked like from the second angle of the video. So, peace. I hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings, and I'm out. That's my view.